Hi everybody. Today's story comes from Piper Woods, which is not too far from Hathern, as we've been up here before with Ebbi, and I thought it'd be a great place to come. Number one, it's quite close to my house, but number two, it's such a lovely woodland. It's quite wild in places, although it has been managed, which means that last summer people came in and chopped some of the trees down to make it nice and open so that new plants could grow up from the bottom upwards. So they came in and they chopped down a lot of old pine trees, hoping that in this place will grow new oak trees like the one I'm sat under here, and we've got a lovely big birch as well. It'd be nice to see some new young trees growing in this autumn that's coming. That'd be pretty cool. So today's story is a bit different from the ones we have been reading. It's about Earth, about the planet Earth. It's really about the seasons and about how there are changes that take place during the seasons that allow things to grow, plants to grow especially. But it also looks at animals and how they cope with different seasons as well. So this story is called My Friend Earth, and it's written by a lady called Patricia McLaughlin, but the illustrations, which I think are fantastic, are by a lady called Francesca Samner, and those are the bits that I think are really, really good for us to look at today. Ebbi's just wandering around as usual. When we walked in, we came past lots and lots of brambles, and we've got some brambles on the field at school, if you remember, and it won't be long now, perhaps 3 or 4 weeks, until the brambles have started to give us some blackberries. And as we were coming in, we saw lots and lots of little pink and white flowers, and those pink and white flowers will eventually turn into fruits, and the fruits will be blackberries. And there's Ebbi trying to get in on the action now. So I don't know if she likes blackberries. She's been eating all the raspberries in the garden and the strawberries, we know that, but I don't know how keen she is on blackberries. So when they start growing, we'll find out, I guess. Okay, let's get started with our story. My Friend Earth. Look at that. Just, what a great start. I love the pictures. Fantastic. Now this story is quite good in so much that not only has it got fantastic pictures, but it also has, Ebbi, that way. It also has flaps in the book that we can turn over. So we get to see the characters, and sometimes we get to see what might be happening behind. My Friend Earth wakes from a winter nap. Here she is, and she's woken up. If you look through that little picture there, hole there, you can see there's a little bird. I think the bird might have woken too. Ebbi likes this book, I think. We read it at home earlier. She hears the busy spring sounds, the farmer's hoe tap-tapping in the garden, the caws of crows. And there she is, you can see her looking through all the plants. There's the farmer with their hoe digging away. Ebbi, you really are getting in the way of the pictures today. Yes, you are. Go on, go away. Come on. She sees the silent seed, the spider spinning silver, the robin and the wrens. You can see in those pictures all those little animals in the picture. And the large, the long-winged albatross crossing the sea, the mole tunnelling in the underdark. She guides the chimpanzee to her night nest. Oh, what a sweet looking chimpanzee that is. And the zebra baby to find his mother in the hundreds of black and white striped mothers. And here she is, look, with the baby zebra. She's trying to find the mother. I wonder if you can spot the mother. I think the mother is the one that's turning around going, where are you? Can you see them? She tends the prairie where sun-dappled wild horses run through grasses that swish against their legs. A prairie is a bit like a sort of meadow, I suppose. It's a bit of an American term, but it means a bit like a meadow, where there's long grasses that whisk across in the wind. If you go across the fields at the back of school there and walk down towards the river, some of those fields now the grasses are getting quite long. You can swish-swash through them. The tundra where the reindeer graze from moss, and the glistening ice where the young polar bear pads on mittened feet. There's the reindeer on this side, and on this side we've got a polar bear looking through a little hole in the ice, and I think, well, you can probably see what the polar bear might be thinking there. Yum yum. Looking for some food, I think. She guards all the creatures in all the oceans, The black manta rays sleek like shadows. The shining parrotfish, the tiny krill who swim with millions of other krill to look big, and the whales who are big. Oh yeah. It took me a couple of times to look at this amazing picture because the background is literally a whale. Look at it, huge. Great big whale. And then we've got parrotfish down here. We've got lots of krill all swimming together. And then there are smaller whales as well. Incredible animals in the sea. My friend Earth pours the summer rain to fill streams, flowing down mountains, through the fields, to the rivers, to the sea. These beautiful little towns and villages here on top of hills, and there's lakes and rivers with the water flowing down all the way back to the sea. And you can see here, this is where it all comes from, the rain. The rain falls into the water, into rivers and streams, and then that flows all the way back to the sea, and eventually that water will go back into the clouds and fall as rain. Yeah. Sometimes she pours too much rain, flooding towns and meadows and roads, until she dries the land. Oh, I think that's certainly true of Hathern, isn't it? We've had some incredible rain the last few weeks, and the car park at school keeps getting flooded, and my car is under about that much water. I was like, oh my word, I need my Wellingtons to get to my car. Crazy stuff. Sometimes she blows fierce autumn winds, sweeping the limbs of trees and shingles from the roofs of barns. So there's a barn looking, it's so windy it's blowing the tiles off the roof. And again, we've had quite a lot of wind recently, haven't we? In fact, every time I do a film, it seems to be windy, doesn't it? Until she stills the wind. So red and orange and yellow leaves float to the ground. I wonder if you could think back to last autumn when we were out on our Friday amazing owl sessions and we were collecting all those beautiful leaves and we were looking for all the different colours, the shades, the reds, the oranges, the yellows and the light greens. Remember we were making them beautiful pictures with them. We'll be able to do that again soon. Won't be long. So when cold comes again, my friend Earth sprinkles the snow, whisper silent, covering the dens where the baby black bears are born in soft darkness. Drifting over the icy pond where the turtle sleeps in mud, settling into the empty nests of birds. So here we've got some black bears. And black bears in the winter, they hibernate and they basically build a den underground and they live inside it. And here we've got some squirrels. We've got more bears here. We've got some rabbits on the outside. And these are nests that birds used to have, and they said that the turtle used to go in there. So you can see, probably guess that this story isn't set really in this country, it's an American book. That's why they've got bears. We don't have bears anymore in this country, which is a shame. Under the white, the silent seed is cradled in the dark soil, watching. This gives you an idea of what it's like when the animals do hibernate. They're all pretty much asleep. They're waiting, they're sleeping, and they're resting, and they're waiting for the new season to come. And these animals, they'll sleep because, well, there's no point in being awake because there's snow everywhere. There's no food to go and find because everything's asleep or it's buried under snow. So instead, they rest. Oh, Ebbi's found something to chew. Waiting. Still waiting though. That's Mother Earth sleeping as well there. To fly up again in the warm, bright sun of spring. And if you look there, she's got an eye just open a little bit. You know, like in the mornings when you wake up and think, well, they'll risk one eye, see what's going on. That's what she's doing. She's sort of just checking that it's ready for her to come up yet, that spring is here. And that story, I think, is a really nice one because it tells the story of the seasons, but it sort of gives an idea of what the earth is like. And we go from the sleeping phase, if you like, and that's the same for lots of animals and certainly for plants. Plants don't really grow very much in the winter, and as they get through spring they start to grow up and they get tall and then they get really big. In the summer now, most of the plants around me are looking beautiful and green. We're getting fruit starting to appear, certainly in my garden, and then we'll get to autumn, and when it starts to get windy and a bit breezy, and some of those leaves will fall off, and then there'll be nothing left on the trees. We'll just have bare branches and stuff, and it'll be winter, and that's when everything slows down again. So it sort of gives you an idea of what the life cycle, if you like, of everything is. The whole idea that things move around in a big cycle. That's a really nice story, that one. It's an interesting story for us because we don't normally read stories about that. We read stories about characters having fun and doing this, that, the other. But I thought it was such a lovely illustrations in this book, so I thought we'd share it together. So there you go, My Friend Earth. A nice one, that one. So, we've got 5 days left at school. 5 days! And then it's the summer holidays. This has been a very strange term for us all, hasn't it? It's been lovely seeing people into school again. It was lovely to see Millie coming back this week. Hi Millie, hope you're watching this. She's had a lot of fun and she's coming in again next week. I think Mrs. Dryden is doing some amazing things for you guys, which you'll be getting next week at some point. Hopefully you've shared your reports together and hopefully they were really good. Some lovely photos. I was looking at them all on Thursday, reading your reports, looking how great they are. Ebbi, come and sit here. She just wants to be in the camera today. And if I don't see you next week at school, then I will see you. Will certainly see you next term in August, and I'm looking forward to that greatly. It'd be really good to have you all back at school, and you guys will be year ones. Oh my word! And that'd be really exciting, won't it? So I'm really looking forward to seeing you chaps again. In the meantime, have a really nice time. Enjoy yourselves. Have a brilliant summer break. Don't forget to get out walking. Go down, have a walk around the fields. Go down to the river. Show your mums and dads how great you are at climbing trees. Do all those amazing things. Keep safe, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, me and Ebbi, we're going to carry on our walk. We're going to go round. She's going to see what else she can eat, and we might take some more photos. We'll catch up later. Come on, Ebbi.